So, another journey, another experiment series. This one's going to be different than any other one I've done. So let's just go over exactly what I'm going to try to do for you guys here, and I'll start from what I had planned initially. So my initial plan was, you guys know, I've been dieting strictly for the last 2 years, really, since I stopped competing and all that stuff. But I started getting really lean after that ketogenic diet, the Anavar experiment, etc. I started getting leaner after that, doing DEXA scans. The last one was like 6.5% body fat. So all the time I was doing this, I was posting Instagram videos of posing and just stuff like that. Obviously, I'm a competitor at heart. It's in my blood. I love competing, so it's always been on my mind. So I had a little hunch to compete undercover, maybe towards the end of this year. Okay, so around September, I thought about doing the Ferrigno Legacy in November, and that was my plan. I was going to keep it under wraps, obviously, just to see how I feel as far as how confident I am. I was just going to use my TRT, Primobolan, and maybe just rolling like that, or add in another compound, and of course be completely transparent and open about it as well if I do decide to add in something else. However, October 1st happened, of course, that tragic event on the strip, which I was down there. Thank God I was safe and nothing transpired as far as me and my general family. I became very stressed out after that. I got sick October 3rd with what I thought was a flu, which it could have started off as a flu. That transpired into bronchitis. Then I thought it was bronchitis, okay, a virus, not that big of a deal. I trained on it because I thought I was still going to try to sneak into the Ferrigno show. That turned into pneumonia. So I literally, from October 3rd till Halloween, the whole month of October pretty much was a wash. I was sick. I was doing my best. I was so psychotic almost with my nutrition while I was sick and not really training October. I was eating every 90 minutes. I would set my timer. So every hour and a half I was eating 5 ounces of protein with vegetables. In between meals I was hydrating as much as possible and doing a half serving of farm grade, my essential amino acid product. So I was doing everything possible to take advantage of my increased metabolism. Whenever you're ill, your body does rev up because you're trying to fight off bacteria, virus, your immune system starts kicking in, everything starts going to overdrive, so you do get catabolic. So I actually did one hell of a job maintaining my composition because I was able to stay just as lean during that whole October without training, if not maybe lean out more. That really depressed me because October was 4 weeks of training down the drain. I was flatter, of course, and I felt like I lost a lot of ground, so I can't do the Ferrigno. I had pneumonia. Pneumonia takes several weeks or months to get over, where your lung capacity gets back to normal, etc. So I was pretty bummed out. So I was thinking, well, maybe I'll do the Excalibur in California, which is December 12th. That gives me an extra now 5 weeks because I recovered, let's say November 1st, to start feeling a little better. That gives me around 5 weeks for the Excalibur. However, my wife Rachel doesn't want me to compete. She obviously is done with it. I had my 10 years of competing. She was going to let me do the Ferrigno. However, since the pneumonia, I don't think I can make it. Obviously, with 2.5 weeks to regain my fullness and stuff, I didn't think that was going to happen. Then she says she's not on board with the Excalibur, so just forget about competing, you're done. And I'm a stubborn guy, and I worked so hard this whole year, and I have a lot of things coming up in the future of 2018. I just don't think I'm going to be able to do that again or compete anytime soon because, and it's okay that I'm announcing this now because this video is going to release later after we announce, but Rachel is pregnant. Which is something we've been trying to do for over a year. So that's a huge new stressor. It's exciting, but that's a whole nother dynamic that's entered into my life, just thinking about that. And we're going to close in on a house because we've been renting a house here in Vegas, and we found the perfect house, the location, everything was right. And that's all happening in December. So she's like, the Excalibur, you're not going to compete, like forget it, it's over. So after stewing over that, not very happy. She has a very good point. I went to the Las Vegas Classic. We had an MPA Subs booth, and I had my tank top on and whatnot, and I felt really beyond decent. I felt like I didn't have pneumonia for a month by the way I felt just with a week of training back. My training after pneumonia has been like very gradual, 20-minute sessions, no hit cardio, just low cardio, but I felt like I did a really good job maintaining. And I was like thinking that night, which was now it's Monday, that was Saturday, 2 days ago, maybe I could still sneak into the Ferrigno. I think it's kind of asinine, it's kind of a crazy thought, to be honest with you, because I only have now 12 days or something like that. The show for amateurs is on Sunday, the pro show's on Saturday. But this is what I'm gonna do, guys. We're gonna document a shotgun prep, and I'm gonna go through everything. I'm gonna film every day for the next 11 days. Everything I'm feeling emotionally, everything. I'm gonna be as candid as possible, like always, but even maybe a little bit more detailed. This is what we're gonna do. So I've been on TRT, that always stays staple. Okay, my testosterone is always gonna keep my level around 700 to 800 nanograms per deciliter. That is what it is. I never got off of Primo, which I knock on wood, hopefully it's real Primo. I stayed on the 500 milligrams because I had this in my head that I was gonna maybe sneak into something. Now, what I'm gonna do for 14 days, I'm gonna add in 2 things. This for 14 days, so whether it'll have any profound effect, who knows. I'm gonna add in, and you know me with my weird dosing, remember the Anavar I did 37.5 milligrams. So I'm gonna add in Masteron, injectable Masteron drostanolone propionate, 30 milligrams every day. 30 milligrams, what's that, 210 milligrams a week? Now for the next 13 days, okay? So 30 milligrams of Masteron for 13 days. And then I have a prescription for stanozolol, Winstrol. And I'm gonna do 25 milligrams, that's it. Why am I not doing 50 Masteron and 50 Winstrol? Because I'm paranoid and blood work, I already had low HDL because the Primobolan dropped my estrogen so low. And whenever you have low estrogen, your cholesterol, your HDL does drop because of that even. Let alone add in Winstrol at 50 and Masteron at 50. I wanted to add in 30 milligrams of Masteron and 25 of Winnie. So that's very mild, it's like a girl cycle. But you know how I do things, and so I'm gonna try to do this with basically a cycle of Primobolan at 500 a week, Winnie at 25 milligrams a day, sublingual, it's like a lozenge, that's compound pharmacy, and then 30 milligrams of Masteron, just for 2 weeks. Okay, so in and out. And then I'm gonna take my vitamin G that I've been doing 2 IUs, my replacement dose, bump it up to 4 the last 2 weeks. Probably last 10 days because I'll cut it out 4 days out. And I'll let everyone know exactly what I'm gonna do. I don't plan on doing, there's no diuretics, okay? I'm not gonna do anything with diuretics. I'm probably just gonna manipulate water and sodium naturally. I have a pretty good grasp on how to do that stuff. And then, of course, no stimulants. You guys know I barely do caffeine now. I'm really cautious about anything to raise blood pressure or heart rate. I'm sensitive. I've never done a prep without clenbuterol, without ephedrine, without tren. So this is crazy new territory. So here's the thing. This video, none of this might not even release at all. It will release if I go through the show, obviously. But I might not go through the show. Like, I'm gonna literally send in my late entry feed the last minute. I'm gonna have to feel confident enough to step on stage. I'm not gonna step on stage if I really look like a bag of crap, like a bag of dicks. I'm not gonna step on stage, that's embarrassing. So it's really every day I'm gonna play it by ear to see if I can regain my fullness, see if the Winnie and the Masteron add into the density of my muscle in minimal days. So this is kind of exciting. I get a kick out of challenges. I've always liked crazy challenges to get in shape fast or do this or do stuff you probably shouldn't be able to do. Still recovering from the pneumonia. The lung still burns whenever I train. So yeah, I'm at a disadvantage, but I think it's gonna be awesome and cool for you guys to kind of see me try to pull this off. You know, if I do go through with it, it'll be interesting. It's not gonna be the same look as my North American look and all those other shows I did really well at it. I don't think it's possible because it's just I'm on different chemistry. But it'll be, I think, a learning experience for viewers and myself. So that's what we're gonna do, guys. Also, I'll go over nutrition. It's very boring, but I do eat, like I said, every 90 minutes. That comes out to about 10 to 12 meals a day. And they're just small baby feedings. 4 ounces of protein and vegetables. Carbohydrates, guys, nothing set in stone. I play carbs by ear, meaning I will look at myself, weigh myself, and I will determine if I throw in carbs. And usually, It'll be 50 grams, 80 grams, 100 grams, all from sprouted grain toast, Ezekiel toast. It could be from oat bran cereal or oatmeal. But the carbs really are like 50 to 100 grams. I never really go that high. Saturdays I was refeeding up to 300 to 600 grams. Now that we have like a 14-day prep, it'll just be carbs intermittently as I see fit, usually before training, after training, but really small amounts. Other than that, my body weight upon waking is about 224, 225. So I did drop some weight from the pneumonia, but I think I leaned out. At night, it's still only 227, 228. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what my weight is the day of the show. Like I said, no diuretics, nothing like that. It'll be interesting because I'm dialing in people for the Ferrigno. So the other reason why I was doing it is because I have 3 pros. I have Nat Paul making a pro classic debut. I have Nick Cortez doing his 2nd pro show. Josh Thompson doing his classic debut. I have an amateur on Sunday. So it's like I'm going to be dialing people in while sneaking into this show. Like I said, I compete on Sunday, the pro Saturday. So Saturday I'm going to be, I don't want to be on my feet too much, but I got to support my athletes. So it'll be interesting. And then if I, doing this show, if I can pull this off, it's nice because I have Thanksgiving right afterwards. I don't have to worry about competing in December and all that stuff. So it'll be interesting. So guys, this is just the intro. I will try to film everything as candid and on the spot as I deem fit throughout the entire next 12 days. I think we're 12 days, maybe 13 days out because my prejudging on Sunday. So, all right, let's cross our fingers and hopefully this series actually comes to fruition and it comes to life. Because I'm not going to show it if I look like crap. Obviously, just this footage will be lost. So, there you have it.
All right, guys. So this is one of my mini meals. Remember, I have around 10 to 12 meals a day. This is just 4 ounces of 99% turkey mixed with ground chicken. So I actually mix both ground meats simply because I think turkey by itself super gross. It's like cardboard. So the ground chicken kind of made a little bit more moisture, a little bit more better texture. And then here they are, the patties, which is the 99% turkey, and then of course the chicken that's all kind of combined together to make these burger patties. So 4 ounces every 90 minutes around the clock with asparagus, and of course I'm big into fresh onion or garlic raw, just because it just health benefits. I don't really mind having a stank ass breath all day, just because the health benefits, in my opinion, are really impressive for the content of the onions and the garlic. So here's one of my mini meals. I'll film most of the meals, but guys, it's really just a repeat of this meal. Pretty much 4 to 5 ounces of turkey or tilapia, and then at night I'll show my red meat meal, which is of course game meat. It'll be venison or skinny beef. All right, guys, another mini meal. It is going to be 5 ounces of turkey chicken mixture patties. And then I actually have around 5 ounces, which is nothing, of purple sweet potato fries. Of course, my raw onion. I'm gonna drench some reduced sugar ketchup over them. The carbs right now through this meal are simply because I'm going to go outside of my garage and do my everyday touch up for my back, and I'm going to show you what I do. Like I said, I'm just trying to, I sometimes train twice a day with like a mini workout in my garage just to try to play catch up in 2 weeks, just to touch up on some muscles and to fill out as fast as I can. Also for barbecue sauce, I'm down to the sugar-free G. Hughes. I used to do stubs or whatever with sugar. I didn't really care, but now that we're 9 days out, even the sauces are as clean as possible. So there's another meal, my every 90-minute meal. There's one of them that has carbs, and the carbs, like aren't going to exceed 50 to 100 grams right now, so this won't even faze me, just to stay a little bit anti-catabolic while I train, so I don't burn off too much protein. So before my little mini workout in my house gym, my garage, I'm doing 2 scoops of farm grade, 1 scoop of Celluvol, intra workout. So you can either have Celluvol before you train as your common pre-workout. However, I just like to mix it all with my intra and sip it throughout. So I'm going to do this now for my mini garage workout, which I'm going to show you, which is usually really brief, about 15 minutes, just to touch up my back typically. And then I'm going to do this again for my main workout later. So I do this twice a day.
Alright guys, so the first exercise I do pretty much every day for the next 2 weeks, just to touch up my back because my back needs more work, and just to also do as much as I can the last 2 weeks. I'm trying to cram everything in. So I basically just do with these handles here, with body weight, I'll put my feet up on the bench and I'll work my lats. So I'll do basically not even body weight because my legs are up here. So I just do chin-ups, and then I do that for about 3 to 4 sets, just my body weight. I don't add any weight on my lap. Then I'll actually move the handles lower down here, and I'll put my feet up, and then I'll do rows, so body weight rows. I just do 3 to 4 sets of that. Very simple. Sometimes I'll also do bent over dumbbell rows, parallel, and that's it. So maybe about a 15 to 20 minute workout, just to condition my back a little bit more, burn a little bit more calories. Once again, just to liven up my body as fast as I can with minimal time, because that's what we're doing. We're rushing things. So this is what I'm doing every single day in my garage before my main workout, which is usually separated by anywhere from 2 to 8 hours, just depends on what I got going on for as errands and stuff that day. So I try to have some decent amount of space between workouts, but sometimes you're so busy in a day you just got to cram stuff in. So this is what I'm doing at my home gym daily.
All right, so another meal before my workout is Coach's Oats, just steel cut oats. Or maybe it's not steel cut, maybe it's just a finer cutout. And I only do 1/3 cup, which is 27 grams of carbs. So just this little guy here. And then I added some Quest protein. It's fat-free. It's a blend of micellar casein and whey isolate, and just a touch of cashew milk, just to cool it down. But even though it's only 27 grams of carbs, it's still, with the protein in there as well, it bulks it up to it's a decent amount of food. That's just a little bit of fuel before my other workout that I'm going to go out and do right now. So I think this is like meal 5 or 6, about halfway through my meals today. So just giving you a glimpse. I think my carbs have been 30 grams of sweet potatoes, 30 grams for this, so only 60 grams so far, so not a whole lot of carbs for what I'm doing for as energy output. Alright, this meal is like my savior. This is an egg white pancake. So it's about 1 cup of egg whites, added with some Quest protein, about 3/4 of a scoop. Shake the egg whites, cook it in the skillet. Now bring it back over here, add another scoop of powder to make the frosting, and I put it in there. I add a packet of Truvia, whip it with a spoon, and now I'm spreading the frosting over the carb-free egg white pancake. And this is for contest prep. This is fat-free, pure protein. But this is like a lifesaver, guys. This is very, very delicious for a sweet tooth. And I did experiment with other protein powders, but Quest did it right with their blend of micellar and their thickening agents, the xanthan gum. This is the best product for this particular recipe here. So this is just one of my mini meals that are virtually fat-free, and that's how you do it. Oh, I almost forgot. To make the frosting, all you do is add the powder with just a little bit of water, just drops, and then you stir it and it gets the thickening paste. I'll also, if I want a little creamer, add in some almond milk or cashew milk. And like I said, you just add drops and drops and then stir it with a spoon and make sure you get that paste consistency before spreading it on. You don't want to add too much fluid because then it turns into, it's too thin of a liquid. So that's the final product. Delicious. All right, guys, so today is Saturday, and I train legs today. I've been running errands, so I got some teriyaki madness, and I asked for 8 ounces of chicken breast with 1 cup of rice, but this looks like 2. This looks like more rice than 1 cup. That's really not a big deal because I probably need it. So this is a meal that I'm having that's not cooked by me. I trust this place, Teriyaki Madness, by my house. The vegetables are steamed, not stir-fried or fried in oil. So this is, I think, meal 3. And I'm going to train legs, do my last leg workout today. And if I decide to have more carbs or what amount of carbs, I'll let everyone know. So there's meal 3. All right, so my second carb meal on this Saturday, 8 days out, is just a little bit of sweet potato fries. Only about 35, 40 grams of carbs worth, and tilapia. Before this, my carbs were from the Teriyaki Madness chicken breast plate, which probably had about a cup and a half of rice, so 65 grams of carbs. So I'm not going to carb up too heavy today. I'm going to do legs, my final leg training, 8 days out, and then probably go out with my wife to a restaurant to get a baked potato or rice or something I could cook at home, but I just want to enjoy going out and just getting out of the house. So that's what we're going to do tonight, and I'll film that too. All right, so my first carb meal after my last leg training is just 1 packet of cream of rice, which is about 35 grams of carbs, and then 1 scoop of the banana Quest protein, 25 grams of protein, and then some cashew milk, a splash, just to get it to mix up a little better. But it actually makes a decent amount with the protein combined for only 35 grams of carbs. And I'm going to give in to some sushi. Not all you can eat, of course. I'm going to actually just get a designated amount of nigiri, and it's about 8 grams of carbs per pat of rice, so I can calculate it out. So not that much carbs today, but this is just another little small meal. All right, here's the $37 sushi. 12-piece nigiri, or not nigiri, but tuna roll. Actually looks really good. The tuna looks very fresh and bright. Yellowtail roll and a hand roll. That's it. So, let's see, 12, 8, probably looking at 120 to 150 grams of carbs from rice. Nothing too extreme here. So, but yeah, this is nice and controlled. So, not going overboard, not all you can eat, and everything's pretty low fat as far as the protein sources. All right, final carb meal after the sushi is, I don't know, I think this is 10 ounces of sweet potato fries, and then around 8 ounces of a blend of 99% turkey, and then the lean ground chicken with, of course, reduced sugar ketchup. So total carbs today, or to, I guess, the grand total for this Saturday is 320 grams, give or take. So Not too much. My water was at 2 gallons today, and body weight is up to 232 now in the evening as water's picking up with the carbs. So we'll see what happens, I guess, tomorrow after I ingest more water and then the carbs fill out more, or who knows, maybe I'll just oxidize them and I'll burn right through them with the first session of cardio in the morning and nothing will happen. So we'll keep everyone posted on what the effects are here. Alright, Sunday night cooking. I have this week's protein cooked. It should last several days, so I got a huge thing of chicken and turkey ground combined because I mixed the patties together. Of course, my dumbass burnt some of them or made them too crispy, so I drenched them with my sugar-free barbecue sauce to try to mask some of the dryness. And then I have here my game meat, so my elk and venison. Just seared them over the stovetop and left them a little bit red in the middle, obviously, so you microwave them and they're still juicy. Then here's some skinny beef, which is the 98% lean beef. So I'm actually planning on going pretty much 0 carb this week and then decide eventually how I'm going to go about my carb up. So I'll get some fats, you know, all this stuff's super lean, game meats are lean, 98% lean. So it's really quite harsh, the depletion. But I just want to pull any remaining fat that I have, which I know I have some. I mean, we all can lose a little bit more fat and be as leaner than we think we can. So that's the plan right now. And I'm tired, and I'm definitely feeling the cold weather. My lungs kind of struggling right now. It's definitely a little harder to breathe whenever you exercise and your lungs getting a lot of cold air that it's not used to in Las Vegas. So. Alright, so we're at Costco and my wife was craving a Costco dog. Is it everything that you remember?
No, but that's because I got the regular dog, not
the Polish?
Yeah. But it's like, I ate this and like, I really didn't eat, I ate those pretzels today. Haven't eaten much.
I'm not really a hot dog fan, so I'm not going crazy watching it. Now, if she had like a pizza or maybe one of those hot turkey provolone sandwiches here with like a fat-free yogurt, then I'd be craving it, but...
It's lunch meat.
But the old, what's that?
Lunch meat.
Lunch meat, yeah, it's artificial. She can't have artificial stuff right now.
You can have hot dogs, you just can't have lunch
Wait,
meat.
hot dogs are artificial.
They're cooked.
Ah.
Lunch meat, risk of listeria.
But there's nitrates in there.
But you're not risking listeria.
Alright guys, we're going tanning, and it's 9 days out from the shotgun prep that I'm doing, and I'm just going tanning just to get a little bit of color. I'm already naturally pretty tan, but it also just puts me in the mode of like prep mode. It's just something you do. I don't really need to go tanning, but I'm going to anyway. So I'm just gonna tan for 15 minutes each morning. It's right next to a local gym called Fitness for 10, which I can also bang out my cardio. So right now I'm doing 30 minutes of steady state, and then either on my bike at home, sitting on the hard ass seat, which sucks, or standing. Like I said, I had pneumonia, so I'm still trying to build up my lung capacity, so I'm not doing any intervals or hits, so it's really just steady state the entire time, because I'm really a hit guy. I love doing intervals. I just feel like I get more out of it. I feel like I'm maximizing my time. So 30 minutes, and then I'll do 15 minutes at night, just steady state. 15 minutes is kind of nothing, but it's still just good for my heart, good to build up my lungs, obviously burn a little bit of calories. But it's also good to do steady state at this point anyway, because I am leaner and my calories aren't high at all, and I don't want to go catabolic, but I definitely do have a tendency to push things, even in a hypocaloric state. But we're playing it day by day. So I still don't know if I'm doing the show 100%, because I literally talked to the promoter, and he's cool with me entering literally the Friday before the Sunday, prejudging, like I can pay a late entry fee and be cool, because I don't know exactly if I'm going to be confident in my look. Like, it's a day-by-day process where I'm recovering from a serious illness. I haven't been able to train that whole month of October, so everything's kind of bouncing back in a hurry. I'm trying to pop back to life as fast as I can. But it's hard to do that whenever you are, 14 days out from a show, whenever you started your 14-day prep, and you need to remain low calories, and you need to, in my opinion, I still need to be tighter, obviously. So I'm trying to do two things at once, get tighter and fuller at the same time, which could be a possibility because I was down trained, and my shoulder, luck would have it that whenever I was out with pneumonia for a month, my shoulder before that was hurting again, and it did kind of heal, so I'm able to do presses again, etc. And then also adding in the 30 milligrams of Masteron, the 25 milligrams of Winstrol. Hopefully, I know that's minimal time, 2 weeks, but elevated blood hormone levels. It should be somewhat anti-catabolic. It should promote protein synthesis. Hopefully I can get some fullness back. Another thing that I need to do is carb up probably tomorrow, a week out, because I really am depleted and my muscles are flat, and I know that just from the feel and the look that I have. And I just wanted to focus so much on getting any fat that I can off my body with minimal time. I didn't really care about staying too full. I figured I can play catch up with fullness later. And going into shows in the past with more hormones, trin, higher GH, all that stuff, I always stayed pretty full, so I never need to do anything drastic with carbs. This time, I'm going to document it, and I'm going to have to get a little bit old school where I'm so depleted right now to try to get into shape that I'm going to probably do more carbs than I have in the past leading up to the show. So the final week, I might raise my carbs for like 3 days straight or 4 days straight to replenish glycogen. And usually I've never had to do that because I've never had to suffer this much and struggle because it's just a different ballgame being on TRT and the beta blockers with no fat burners or nothing like that, which was a luxury. Heart rate's more capped. It's not as, my adrenaline's lower from the medication. Different ballgame. So it'll be interesting at least to record how I'm going to go about my carb up. But I'm going to have to, I think, swing carbs rather heavily just to get some life back into my muscles at the very end, because I'm really going old school where I'm depleting the shit out of my body right now and really trying to, almost throw a Hail Mary and pull this thing off and carb up at the very end and try to get some life back to my muscle. So it's an interesting experiment, we'll say that. And that'll do it. I'm here to go tanning. I'm just arrived, so. Alright guys, 8 days out, Saturday, and I did something very stupid yesterday. While I was doing my tanning session, I asked what else they got going on at that facility. They said they do massage, so I'm like, oh, cool. They had a group on, so I said, hey, I'll try it out. Like a dumbass, I go in there, and I just said I wanted a relaxing massage. However, I think the massage therapist saw that I was muscled pretty heavily and still went deep. And me being a typical guy, I wasn't really saying anything while she was basically beating my tissue up with a baseball bat. And then on top of that, she was talking nonstop, so I couldn't even decompress and freaking relax. I was answering questions about working out and training the whole time. Needless to say, afterwards I felt like I got hit by a truck, malaise, and my vision was weird, like toxins were floating through my bloodstream. So couldn't even finish my cardio. I was supposed to do 30 minutes of cardio last night. I went straight home, hydrated, and took a bunch of vitamin C and a bunch of immune boosters, and basically went to bed early. So that was just my stupidity. I should have been very thorough and clear. Should have went to my normal place that the lady doesn't talk, but I was being a cheap ass with the Groupon. Anyway, I'm headed to cardio this morning at a different gym. I'm going to train some extracurricular stuff too as well, like abs, calves, lower back. Then later today I'm going to do my final leg workout, which is going to comprise of squats. But for that month of October where I was screwed with the pneumonia, I didn't obviously train legs. I had now for the last week or 10 days to 2 weeks since I've been back training, my squats have been really, really pathetic. Because as you know, squats take a lot of breathing and respiratory, lung capacity, all that stuff. And it's been very hard, so it's been very labored for me. So I haven't been able to really, I feel like I've lost some freaking fullness, which I can't risk with my legs. But, I still haven't signed up for the show. And I'm going to do it last minute, literally like 2 days before. See how I feel. but it's going to be a lot less fuller version of Matt Porter. That's the only downside. I'm hoping it'll be very detailed, you know, I hope, unless I'm delusional and I'm seeing something that's really not there. But it'll be a lot flatter of a version, in my opinion. You never know. I could look better than I'm even anticipating, but it's just basically a gamble. Here I am. I have an hour. I got to pick up Rachel after this at her class, so I have an hour to do what I need to do here, which is going to be calves, abs, lower back, maybe traps, maybe, and then maybe whatever I can get in of cardio. 30 minutes if I can get it in. All right, here we are, baby. 8 days out. And then also my body weight's been low, 220 upon waking. I've been 220 since a long time, since I was intermittent fasting on no hormones, no TRT a long time ago. So I might carb up today. I don't know. I'm kind of a psycho. Or I might stay depleted and really push a huge super compensation carb load pre-show, which I haven't done in years. I've always kept things basic, but I might really push the envelope as far as really doing an old school depletion into a reloading phase, because my body could absorb it very, very, very well. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. All right, guys. 8 days out. Trying to do my last leg workout. I went to up the road to go tanning, and then the tanning place is close to Fitness for 10, a really small, quaint, non-crowded gym, so I figured I was just gonna do my leg training there. However, I realized that I forgot my knee sleeves, and I'm very particular about my leg training. I'm like very conscientious about everything being perfect because I have knee problems, so it's like I gotta have my knee sleeves with me. Usually gotta wear compression pants, and I gotta have my box squat that I bought for the perfect height for me to go a little bit below parallel. Gotta have all those things. As stupid as that sounds, I swear every time I've done something without any of those variables, I've re-injured or re-inflamed my knee. So what I did was, instead of going back home and getting my knee sleeves, I went tanning, went to the gym, did all the ancillary work, leg extensions, hamstrings. They don't have an adductor machine, but I actually used the Harbinger. They're like little ankle attachments, so they velcro to your ankle, then they have a little clip. I clipped them onto the low cable pulley each side, and I did adductors basically laying on my back on the ground with the cable. I've been doing adductors every single day, every day since 2 weeks straight. It's been about, what, 10 days? So yeah, about 10 days straight. My plan was to do it every day until the show. I don't know when I'm going to stop them. I'll probably stop them. I'll stop my last leg day, 8 days out heavy with squats, and then I'll probably stop everyday adductor work maybe Tuesday. And I really felt that my adductors kind of came up even during my TRT. Even though I've come off everything and downsized, I felt like literally since I've been able to squat, knock on wood, after I was done competing, luck would have it, I've been able to squat after I quit in 2015. My legs have kind of gotten maybe a little better or more balanced, maybe because my upper body's come down in volume, so maybe it looks more balanced. Maybe they aren't better, they just look better visually because my upper body's smaller. So I been doing adductor work as a priority, and adductor work every day to me is just I'm trying to salvage every type of gain I might have accrued through this last year. And being pneumonia sick and all that stuff, I felt like I dissipated or kind of lost all my leg gains and all that stuff, probably all in my head. It probably is going to bounce back just fine. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to go back now to my garage gym, put on my knee sleeves, and finish the workout and do squats in my garage. So it'll be part 2 in the privacy of my home with my comfort variables. And then I don't know if I'm going to go out and eat. I'm really not sure, to be honest with you. Because I'm thinking about it, it's kind of stupid to pay money when I can cook a potato or rice at home. It's kind of wasteful, but we'll see. I'm sure Rachel will probably talk me into it. So yeah, I can't really have anything fun being 8 days out. I don't really want to have sushi or anything like that. I kind of want to have stuff I can control and kind of measure, so I can get like some type of idea about how it's going to affect me. So whenever I record my body weight the following morning, the following evening, I know pretty much how many carbs I had the day prior. I actually documented a lot of my clean carb ups. I have it on some files, so I know what 650 grams does, what 700 grams have done, etc. The day and the day after with my body weight. So I have a good gauge of how things affect me, so I'll be able to dial that in hopefully for the last week and make a definitive decision on how I'm going to go about my load. So there we go. So I just placed my order for sushi to go, because all you can eat sushi, I'll go crazy. I'll eat too much. But my God, for just not that many pieces, I think I got a hand roll, 12 pieces of tuna roll, and then a yellowtail roll. Anyway, it cost $36. Whereas whenever I go to sushi all you can eat here in Vegas, it's $27, and I eat like $100 worth. So it makes me very thankful for all you can eat. So yeah, I'm gonna treat myself to takeout and spend more money because I feel like I deserve it. I need a little bit of decompression, and that sucks, dude. 36 bucks for not that much food when I'm used to 27. All right, so we're gonna eat some sushi. I'll calculate up the rice. It's really not that much. I don't think it's gonna phase me, to be honest with you. My weight's been low as 220.0 on the dot in the morning, and I'm okay with that. I realize I'm gonna be lighter than last time I competed, obviously. So, all right, we will pick up the sushi here. All right, so we just finished cardio. I am 6 days out, and Rachel wants to go to Freeze Bakery, which is the famous bakery on the Food Network. Smells delicious right now. I actually have no appetite the last week when I'm carb depleting, so we'll see if this sparks my appetite. I'll film some stuff inside of here that I can't have right now, but this place is amazing smelling. Oh my gosh.
So I was thinking about switching it up. Well, I want to try the wedding cake slice. Yeah. I want
an entire cooler of homemade ice cream cookie sandwiches. Wow. What, a gingerbread house?
Yeah, look how pretty they are.
Do you actually eat these or you just throw them away?
You can eat these. They're really good for holiday parties.
All right, so an update. It's Tuesday, which is like 5 days out. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, 5 days out, Sunday. Oh, man. So I had a little bit of carbs, as you know, on Saturday. I did some whatever oat bran or oatmeal. I did a little bit of sweet potato, and then I had some sushi, which I counted the nigiri beds of rice. So I was 220, remember, upon waking. That's my lowest weight, and then ate that. And then by the next day, I also went from 1.5 gallons of water to 2 gallons the last week, so starting Saturday. And my weight picked up as I imagined the day after Sunday night, up to 231 in the evening. Woke up at like 224, but of course I picked up weight as water carried on. And then I held weight in the 229, 228 range the next day, Monday. However, weight started to kind of dissipate because now I'm carb depleting, where I have like, instead of 80 or 100 grams or whatever, it's nothing with asparagus. Everyone knows I love asparagus for the diuretic effect, and cucumbers. So I started kind of pissing like a sieve that whole day. So today I woke up, my all-time low 219, which is kind of alarming. Makes me a little worrisome that I'm going to be like super light. What if I'm like 215 or like lighter? Anyway, that could be a very high possibility. Thinking through this prep, probably a very stupid decision for me to do this. I'm not the most rational thinker when I've been sick and I'm kind of under the gun with a lot of pressure and big events going on in December. But I really, really, really have been wanting to compete for so long. I go to all these shows, I train all these people. You guys see me post posing videos of my mirrors and all that stuff. But I mean, it's actually pretty laughable how like out of position I am to compete. Meaning that I've had injuries and stuff obviously throughout. My shoulder's been an issue. I haven't been able to go full capacity. I need my shoulders. I need my cap shoulders. That's something that stands out, offsets my waist. Not that I have a big waist, but it's not like a wasp waist. That's been not on point, until recently, till after the pneumonia. But before that, I wasn't able to capitalize on my shoulders. Then I get hit with pneumonia, which is ridiculous. Like, thank God that I was able to recover, not that fast. It took a month because I was trying to work out, thought it was bronchitis. Anyway, kept running myself down. So that in and of itself should have been like, and it was at first. I was like, there's no way I'm going to compete at the Ferrigno. Like, I'm going to do December, but then with buying a new house, Rachel's pregnant. We got a lot of stuff going on in December, moving. That ain't going to work. So I jumped the gun on this crazy 2-week prep. I mean, it's really, I could look like a bag of dicks, a really big bag of moldy tangerines, like crap. There's a good possibility. And at least I'm pretty sure I'm going to go through with this. At least I'm being honest with you guys what I'm doing. Shotgunning a 13-day cycle of adding Masteron at 30 milligrams and Winstrol at 25 milligrams. Let's be real. I probably should have been more aggressive and really shotgun some dosages, get in, get out, kind of a small blitz cycle to try to elicit a little bit more of an effect. It's dangerous. I don't like side effects anymore. I never did, but now I'm more mindful. Probably should have done winning at 100. Probably should have done Masteron at 100 every day. But, because you get in, get out 13 days, can't do too much damage. However, I'm just cautious nowadays. So this little dose probably isn't even doing much. But it is what it is. My pneumonia is still lingering. I mean, I'm tired. You're going to be tired no matter what during prep. You compound it with anyone that's had pneumonia with your lung. I can be a dipshit sometimes. I like to think of myself as an intelligent guy, but decisions like this is just kind of ridiculous. But I'm making it happen. The lung felt good for a while. Then the weather got cold and it started acting up to where I was doing my freaking cycling and I was like burning again. However, I was using a product called Clear Lungs. And I have no affiliation with this product. I got it at Vitamin Shop. It's a bunch of herbs. I swear to God, I ran out of that stuff and I put 2 and 2 together. I just got back on it, but I already feel better again, dude. There's something about that product, Clear Lungs. It's phenomenal that it does help my lungs feel better, recovering from pneumonia and with the cold weather. So that product's great, and I've been taking an N-acetylcysteine 3 times a day. It does help lungs and breathing, respiratory, etc. Multitude of other things that NAC does. So now, guys, it's Tuesday. Had all my client emails. Everyone knows I'm busy as hell on Tuesday. It's my heavy work day. As a competitor that's pretty brain dead, I recommend everyone always make a list of groceries and stuff you need, because let's face it, when you go into the store and you're hungry and you're depleted and your mind's not clear, you're gonna start wandering aisles and start doing stupid shit. You'll be there for an hour. And I gotta say, during this prep, my mindset's so much different than it was 10 years ago when I was early 20s. Like before, or actually even the last time I competed on more products and I was really like tunnel vision, I would have sweetener in my water. I would have, you guys saw the old 2014 videos, I'd have sugar-free jam, I'd have kernel seasonings, all this stuff. I mean, I've been tunnel laser vision this prep where I'll walk down an aisle and I won't get anything else. No flavored waters, no gum, no sugar-free gum, nothing, just straight water. I'm just more in it. I'm in a different mindset this time because I just know I'm limited with my flexibility. Back then I was taking Clen. I mean, honestly, I'll be honest with you, I could take Clen and not do a lick of cardio and be peeled on higher carbs. I'm not touching a stimulant. I've never done a prep without caffeine, Rockstars, Monster, sugar-frees. Dude, I haven't touched any of that. I haven't even touched a Diet Coke. Only caffeine-free when I'm out at like a soft or a soft drink place. It's crazy. I've never been this rigid, but I feel like I have to be. And also, just to let you guys know what I'm gonna do with my carb up, I am going a little bit old school. I'm gonna deplete. I'm already depleted, but I'm gonna deplete the muscles even more. Get some glycolytic enzymes going. Get them firing, and what that means is it's actually more proactive, or not proactive. It's more efficacious, I should say, to get your workouts in like you've probably read before or heard other people do, a circuit training manner, and where you actually do high repetitions. You don't want to put too much mechanical force on the muscles to where you tear them down. You don't want a lot of eccentric load. Eccentric's great for hypertrophy, but you don't want to do that whenever you're trying to ignite enzymes in your muscles to uptake glucose, to supercompensate, or to reload carbs, because that causes too much inflammation. Whenever there's too much inflammation, muscle breakdown, it can cause insulin resistant in the muscle cells. So I will actually lighten my weight even more. It's already been kind of light, but higher reps, I can really truly carb deplete. So so I'm gonna do that the next, what is it, Tuesday. Today I'll kind of full body without the legs. I still do adductor, like I said. I'll do that probably till tomorrow. But really get everything firing, and then I'm gonna old school load, where I'm gonna do, here's the thing. You can load on paper 100 grams maybe or so glycogen capacity in the liver, 400 grams in the muscle tissue. However, a bodybuilder that's 220 pounds lean, my storage capacity could be bigger than that, okay? And then energy output, on the safe side, the mild side, I'm a mild guy. I don't like doing too extreme of things. I might do 2 days of 400 or 500, which would be Thursday and Friday, load 400, 500 grams of carbs to 800 to 1,000 total. Remember, I compete on Sunday, so I'll load Thursday, Friday, Saturday, chill out, excrete, calm things down, and try to dry out. Not using a diuretic either. Remember, I don't want to do that. I'm going to run water, high 2 gallons, all the way till Saturday night before the show, and then the day of the show, I'll have water. I'll have about a half gallon, 64 ounces when it's all said and done throughout the day. But no diuretic, just manipulating water, sodium high. I'm not going to touch sodium. Sodium's going to stay the same. I just don't want to mess with anything like that. And the good thing is I'll be able to eat potatoes and potassium-based carbs, because I'm not taking a diazide, which is potassium sparing, which puts the potassium to sodium ratio way in favor of potassium. You don't want to do that. You don't want to whack out your electrolytes too much. A lot of people don't understand you don't really want to do potato products or dates or things that are rich in that, because it can actually skew your ratios too much. So I will load old school. I will start with high glycemic carbs immediately Thursday after the full body workout. White rice, rice cakes, cream of rice, cream of wheat, yada, 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 okay? Faster carbs, start reloading fast. Get insulin going. Not too concerned about overproduction of insulin that many days out. Then the next day, I'm going to slow things down and go to yams, oat bran, things that are more lower glycemic. And really, that's kind of old school. I've done that in the past, but when you're enhanced or whatever, man, give me a break. Like, I'll take a diuretic, you'll clear water. I don't care what glycemic index you're loading with carbs. So that's what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm at Trader Joe's right now in my car. I was gonna do a video formally on the couch, but I'm too tired, man. I'm too tired. So I really hope I look decent. I really do. I feel like I'm gonna be like just a flat, just not the same round Matt Porter, and that's totally needs to be understood by myself and not being delusional. Like, how can I be the same? I can't be the same. I need to get that through my skull. But I hope I look decent. Okay, I'm being fully upfront with everything I'm doing, everything I'm taking. So I think it's kind of, impressive what I've been able to do. Think about this. I've been in a calorie deficit for 2.5 years. 2.5 years since I've been off everything cold turkey. A deficit. So I've never had a real chance to really try to build up muscle. I've been trying to stay lean. So any things I've accumulated back, it's been scrapped. Now imagine if I had no concern with staying light and lean, and I could put on probably a lot of muscle if I wanted to do that. If I wanted to push the envelope again. I don't think I'm going to do that. My wife and my new kid that's going to come here soon. But think about that. If I did my TRT and just pushed food and I was healthy, I was training, I probably could look like my old me with no, heavy doses or anything. Not that I did heavy doses before, but it would be a lot lighter. And I think I could really harness a good look had I put that tissue back on with a surplus. And I haven't. You guys have all seen my videos. I'm eating clean fucking non-stop. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna shut the hell up and go to Trader Joe's, and I'm gonna go work out at this 24-hour fitness in Green Valley, which is deserted, and I love it because I just don't want to be bothered. There you have it. All right, guys, I'm filming just randomly. All these videos or clips are gonna be so unorganized because this prep's sporadic, but I designed my carb load, and what I'm gonna do is, sorry, I got something in my throat, is going to be Thursday and Friday, like I discussed in my car video. And I'm gonna start with high glycemic carbs first, which is gonna be white rice and rice cakes, all that stuff, around 500 grams of carbs. Second day, 300 grams, so 800 grams total. Now on the second day, I don't wanna overdo the potatoes because of the potassium content. I just don't wanna get my potassium levels too high. So I measure everything raw. So 50 ounces is around 300 grams of carbs. So there's 300 grams of carbs worth. I'll cook that by itself and put it in a Ziploc bag. Here's another 300 grams of carbs worth. And then the remaining of the bag was 186 grams of carbs, which was like 34 ounces or something. So I individualize these. I do it all, of course, raw, because cooked things skew with moisture and whatnot. So I'll have these in bags. And I'm not gonna do too many sweet potatoes. I'm gonna alternate sweet potatoes with another low glycemic carb, probably like oatmeal or oat bran, but I'll keep you guys posted. I'm just getting everything ready the night before, and that's how we do it with the sweet potatoes. All right, guys, after 3+ hours of cooking, here's what I do. Here's all my cooked sweet potato fries. I remember I pre-weighed them, so I labeled the bag. There's 300 grams of total carbs in this whole bag. 300 grams of carbs. This bag has 270 grams of carbs. I'm not saying I'm going to eat all these, but I overpack rather than underpack, so I do have a plentiful supply of potatoes, okay? Now, for carbs, I packed my cream of rice, about 5 packets, 34 grams of rice each, Truvia, sucralose, cinnamon. I love my oat bran for slow digesting carbs. Sits really well on my stomach. I also packed inside of here some steel cut oats on top of the oat bran to switch it up, okay? So this will be my second day of carb loading with the oat bran, lower glycemic sweet potatoes. First day is gonna be cream of rice and of course rice cakes. I like the butter popcorn because nutrition facts are the same as the lightly salted pretty much as far as the carbs. There's no added oil, no added sugar. It's the cleanest flavored kind you can get. A little more fun than lightly salted. I have my organic jam, not the sugar-free crap. You don't want pectin and added fiber to screw up your stomach. Now here's the big kahuna here. I have my isolated all tilapia. What I do is I do individualized, well, that's the one anomaly. They're all actually 5 ounces. So each of them are labeled 5 ounces tilapia. All of these, every single one of them. Okay, so here's the white fish pile. Over here is all 5 ounces of chicken, individualized in my Ziploc, individualized. Over here is all my 5 ounce portions of turkey tenderloin, turkey cutlets, and then I have 6 ounce and 5 ounce patties of skinny beef, the 98% beef. So as you can see, guys, I have a ton of freaking protein. I want to be well prepared. I'd rather overdo it than underdo it. I hate going to the grocery store last minute when you're brain dead. I want everything cooked and ready. So I don't want to have to make last minute decisions and all this stuff and go to the freaking store. All right, everyone, there is my prepared meals. Be carbing up tomorrow. Do early morning depletion. Thursday is tomorrow. Shows on Sunday. All right, so the first carbohydrate meal or shake is going to be immediately post-workout with the fastest acting carbs possible. Thursday is the first day. I'm most insulin sensitive this day. And it's going to be Botargo, 2 scoops, so 70 grams of high molecular weight carb with 2 scoops of farm grade, which yields 6 grams of leucine, 13 grams of total EAAs, etc. Immediately right after my depletion workout, which I'm going to go do right now. So this is the first carb meal to start off the load. Then it's going to be all white rice and rice cakes today, and then low glycemic tomorrow.